Hi, my name is Daniel, and I'm the research coordinator for Cultivate. So let me just spend some time to take you all through something that we have conducted earlier this year. So today's conference is actually about marriage, children, and intergenerational bonds for the family. And aligned with these topics, we have actually ran a survey with a market research panel earlier in September and October on marriage, family, and social discourse to get a snapshot of the sentiments and attitudes on these areas. So we conducted this English-only online survey, which reached 2,000 respondents who are Singaporeans or permanent residents. The results are weighed to align with the demographic profile of the overall Singapore population. For more information on this, please refer to our full report, which will be up online on our website midnight tonight. About this survey, in a time when Singapore's total fertility rate is at a record low amidst shifting individual priorities and societal norms, we really sought to explore attitudes and aspirations concerning marriage and family. As the world also trends towards polarization, we explored views on social discourse to better understand attitudes concerning dialogue and interpersonal relationships, which are important for maintaining social harmony. So today, we would like to briefly share 5 key findings from the survey. We found that a large majority hold positive views towards the institution of marriage and existing mainstream family structures. While positive, younger women show less favor towards these than their male counterparts. This is something that we found to be consistent throughout the survey, and I will be highlighting some of these divergences. Also, we found that most respondents have positive views on children and parenthood, but many married respondents showed unfulfilled parenthood aspirations. Concerning the family unit, most respondents believe that both fathers and mothers are important for children. Respondents also recognize that men and women bring unique contributions to marriage and parenting. Now, looking intergenerationally, the contributions of grandparents in caregiving for grandchildren are strongly recognized. However, there is a gap between recognizing their contributions and the desire for grandparents to actually be involved in the caregiving. Our 5th key finding concerns social discourse. Most respondents believe that it is possible to maintain friendships and dialogues despite different and controversial viewpoints. However, they also feel the need to self-censor, and a significant number are not as comfortable discussing controversial views online than in person, perhaps due to attitudes towards shaming and cancelling behavior. Now, more on the institution of marriage. There is a positive view towards this, and for the government to continue giving benefits to encourage couples to get married. As mentioned earlier, lesser women hold such a positive view towards marriage and support for it. Specifically, younger women aged 18 to 34 are significantly less likely to consider the institution of marriage to be beneficial for society. Only 59% of the women aged 18 to 24 considered so, with almost 1 in 5 disagreeing with this statement. This stands as a strong contrast to their male peers, where 79% believe that the institution of marriage is beneficial for society. Almost 9 in 10 respondents believe that men and women are different and bring unique contributions to a marriage. Here is where our male and female respondents largely see eye to eye. There's also a strong support for the existing definition for marriage to remain as the legal union between a man and a woman. Almost 8 in 10 want the definition to remain, perhaps because they recognize the unique contributions of a man and a woman in a marriage. Taking a closer look at the support for the existing definition of marriage, again, younger women aged 18 to 34 are less likely to support it. The difference with their peers is significant, differing by a whole 20 percentage points for men and women aged 18 to 24. More needs to be done to understand the divergence of their views. Among the never married single respondents, 6 in 10 say that they want to get married. Among those aged 18 to 44, almost 7 in 10 say so. Breaking it down into responses for the man and the woman, we see another diverging picture. At ages 18 to 24, aspirations for marriage are similar across the sexes. However, we observe a significant dip in aspirations for marriage among women aged 25 to 34, even when aspirations among their male counterparts remain similar to the younger age group. Both men and women seem less interested in marriage after entering the ages of 35 and above. Now, turning our attention to children. Are they a burden or a joy? Almost 7 in 10 believe that Singapore society will be better off with more children. Again, we are seeing a difference in views between the sexes, with 75% of the men agreeing, but only 63% of the women sharing such views. Nevertheless, more than 8 in 10 respondents feel that the government should give benefits to encourage childbearing. A similar number also expressed support for the government giving benefits to recognize the effort parents put in to raise children. Now, support for government benefits to have and raise children could reflect the aspirations for parenthood among the respondents. Among married respondents, 67% say they plan or planned to have 2 or more children. 73% had 2 or more children as their ideal. However, 51% currently only have 1 child or no child, reflecting a significant gap between the family ideals of married Singaporeans and what they currently have. We then focused on the parenthood aspirations of married respondents aged 18 to 44. Comparing their present situation with their ideal or planned number of children, we have found that about half or more have not yet achieved their ideal or planned family size. This could be good news for our nation, as a majority of them who are currently having only 1 child or no child have aspirations for more children. Figuring out how to best support them to achieve these aspirations is key. On the overall, about 5 in 10 respondents say that not wanting children is a deal breaker for them in their search for or decision to marry someone. About 3 in 10 do not consider this to be a deal breaker. Looking at the currently never married singles, younger men are once again much more likely to consider not wanting children to be a deal breaker, as compared to their female counterparts. This difference seems to eventually even out as we go up the age groups, with the exception of those aged 65 and above, perhaps due to the sample size where the never married is very small. When it comes to parenting, about 9 in 10 respondents agree that a man and a woman each bring unique contributions to parenting. More than 8 in 10 agree that a child needs a father and a mother. Close to 8 in 10 agree that, as far as possible, children should be raised by their biological parents. There is a 9 percentage point difference between male and female views over here. More than 8 in 10 respondents agree that single parents should receive more support. However, only about 1 in 4 think that single parenting should be encouraged. This may indicate a difference between being supportive and affirming or incentivizing intentional single parenthood. When it comes to grandparenting, about 7 in 10 respondents say that the government should give benefits to encourage grandparenting. Again, men and women seem to differ significantly here. Although 8 in 10 respondents agree that grandparents bring important contributions to caregiving for their grandchildren, less than 7 in 10 want their parents to be involved in raising their own children or child, if any. On social discourse, close to 7 in 10 say that they do not allow controversial views to stand in the way of them making friends. But the settings also do matter. While more than 6 in 10 say that they are comfortable discussing controversial views in person with people who do not share their views, less than 6 in 10 say so if the setting is switched to an online space. The difference is similar across almost every age group, with the exception of those aged above 65. We asked respondents some statements concerning social discourse, and perhaps these could be indicative of why there seems to be more anxiety in interactions than we hoped for. Almost 5 in 10 feel that to accept someone means agreeing with them, and 4 in 10 say that it is hateful to disagree with someone. These beliefs could result in the tendency to walk on eggshells, as we don't like to be labeled hateful or unaccepting. Perhaps it's important to revisit what's the meaning of acceptance in the first place. Beyond this, slightly more than 1/3 of the respondents feel that it is acceptable to shame someone online or call for someone to be fired by employers for expressing views that one does not agree with. This again could contribute to why the online space specifically is a place of social anxiety, as people are afraid of being cancelled simply because there are others out there who may not agree with their views. Such a phenomenon does not look healthy for social harmony and public engagements in the long run, as it will lead to a situation where the loud and aggressive voices dominate public spaces and relationships become filled with anxiety. As with any survey, there are limitations that must be considered. Our survey is purely self-administered and done online. This means respondents are likely to be those who are already well connected to the internet and are tech-savvy. More research targeting those who offline would be beneficial in getting an even more representative view or finding of Singapore. The questionnaire is also not translated into other languages, so respondents who have a weaker command of English may have some difficulty understanding or responding to the questions. We also did not get the chance to collect qualitative responses to explore in depth the reasons for some of these observations, so further research will be required. And if you would like to read our full survey report, it will be available on our website at midnight tonight. The rest of our panel will be taking us through the related topics, and the panelists may also share insights in response to some of our findings. And thank you so much for your kind attention.